Running with Racing with Dusty Baker.
Bev, it is an honor to officially meet you. Obviously being the new head coach of Racing Louisville, this isn't your first stop here. You've had a lot of opportunity prior to this in the NWSL. You, of course, have played with Seattle's organization, now with the OL Reign, of course. Then you're an assistant coach, and you come over here for a year, and now you're the head coach. It's been a whirlwind, it seems, as a 35-year-old coach. What is it like for you to now have this opportunity to take over and have a new start with this program?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for having me. I'm honored to be here with you guys today. And I think for me, it's incredibly exciting. I mean, just as you spoke about my journey as a former player in this league to now my journey as a coach in this league, and embracing all of those experiences that I had as a player and what I learned from the coaches during that tenure of my career, and now be in the position as an assistant coach for several seasons in this league, to now embrace all of those experiences, put them together, and lead the way that I believe I can lead this group is incredibly exciting. And I knew once this opportunity presented itself to go through the process, to become the head coach for this club, I think for me it was just a no-brainer. I felt the group was incredibly special last year, and I knew it was something that I really wanted, and this is where I wanted to be. And so for me, it's just an honor.
We saw in your opening press conference, you're very much focused on family and on the team as well. Your daughter was even getting interviewed. Cutest kid in the world. And to have this family and to bring them, and to keep them, for that matter, here in Louisville. What does it mean to you to be able to call this now home for your family? Yeah, absolutely. It feels special. I have a 3-year-old and now a 15-week-old. So my 2 girls mean the world to me. And to be able to raise them in a city that I believe is very family friendly, that I believe is just a special city, is such an honor. And I think for me, to be able to do this with my husband and his mother have been a huge support system for me. To be a mother in this industry, I would be lying to say it's very difficult. But I knew taking this job, and I knew that the club is very supportive, and I want to be the best mother that I can be, and I want to be the best coach I can be. And so without my support system at home, I think it would be very difficult. So I'm very grateful for them, and I'm very grateful for the club in their understanding of who I would like to be in this role. And so, yeah, just very, very, very grateful. Taking a look back at your time playing, and now kind of shifting gears and going to the coaching realm, what's similar, what's different, and what do you expect to learn about yourself through this new process as being a head coach of an NWSL team? Yeah, I think for me, I actually knew that I wanted to become a coach as a player. So at 24 years old, I went to Japan, played 2.5 seasons there, and learned aspects of my game that I felt I had missed at such a young age. I was very confused as to how I missed that. And those experiences at that moment, I knew as soon as I'm ready to hang these boots up, I want to be a coach, but now I need to put in the investment. So I was actually taking my coaching license, all the courses I could possibly take, kind of immersing myself in coaching opportunities and playing at the same time. And that really led to my want and my passion to become a coach in this league in particular. And have the experiences I had as a player and watching the league continue to grow, I wanted to do the same thing on the coaching realm. And so for me, it's just an absolute privilege to have experienced what I did as a player, and to push for the league's continued growth there. And now to be on this side of it as a coach and continue to push for the growth in that space has been something that's just been a privilege. To have this opportunity and to have this door open where it's coming quickly, the opportunity to open the season and get your team on the ground running here. I know you're going to Columbia in a week, but you keep your eyes on that opening day. What are those emotions like as we get closer and closer to opening day? Yeah, I think it's excitement, right? Everybody came in ready and willing to put in the work, and as a staff, organizing how we want to leak in the information that we need from a style of play perspective, both in and out of possession. And I think it just you're starting to gain more excitement. You're starting to get the countdown of when the season kicks off, right? And you're just ensuring that
you're giving and providing all the detail from a style play perspective as quickly as possible, but you're leaking it in so it's digestible as well. And your eyes are set on that opening game and then how we continue to grow each game from there, and what that detail is during that time frame. So for us, it's just sheer excitement, right, in the preparation process, and then being able to see, here's where we're at. And here's where we'll continue to go. And I think for us, it's very important that we take it game by game. But the excitement level, I'd be lying to you if I said we weren't incredibly excited for the season to start and for that first game to occur.
It's obvious that you're passionate about this team and you're passionate about the girls. Let's talk about the women that are on this team. And specifically, you know that Savannah DeMello is going to be a key leader, a key focal point of this team. But who should we be keeping an eye on, and maybe the lineup that it's going to look like as we go into this new season? What should we expect from you and from this new crop that we have?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say I'd be incredibly excited about every single one of them. I said they're special, and I mean that. They're special from top to bottom. What they contribute to the group and how they contribute to the group is unique to themselves. But they do such an incredible job contributing both in the locker room and on the pitch, and giving everything they have in all those capacities. And so for me, I think they're all special. And I think you saw a little bit of it last year from a blue-collar perspective of just willing to put in the work that's needed. I remember sitting on the sidelines as an assistant coach last year thinking I was never worried when it was tied or when we were down or when we were up. I knew the group would compete for 90 minutes plus. And that group embraces that mentality. And so a lot of the players that we look to bring in, we wanted to embrace that same mentality, both on and off the pitch. And I think, you know, from a culture perspective, who we've been able to add and who we've been able to bring back, it's just meshed really well. And again, they're all learning together right now, right? My style is very different, and I brought on a staff that I believe shares the same vision. And what we're trying to teach them, everybody's sharing right now because they're all with each other in this new understanding. So whether we have draft picks, obviously, the middle group, and then you have veterans, everybody's in the same learning space of what are the new expectations. And so I think they can all share that and grow together. I just think we're in an incredible space right now.
You look at the new roster to go with the fact that you are taking over this organization, to have the opportunity to really get this thing started fresh, right? And it wasn't that you guys had a bad season by any means last year. You had actually a ton of accomplishments. It was your best season in this organization's history. So to kind of build off of that and create a new chapter, what is that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, our expectations are high. We have high hopes for the season, and we want to continue to grow as a group. And that takes time. And I think for us, obviously we want to accomplish great things together, and I think you could just see it. You want them to enjoy the game, and you want them to enjoy the aspects that we're teaching, and you want them to understand the standards and the expectations and positionally what their expectations are, and tactically what the bigger expectations are. And I think that's the piece for me that I don't take for granted being a former player in this league and now being a coach, is that everybody started for the love of the game. It was a joy to play. So how do I keep that joy 24/7? Because for me now, my joy is coaching and educating. How do I keep that joy present and that competitive level very high, very consistently? And that's the thing for me. I've got a lot of eyes on me looking for how do I bring the consistency to the group, right? How do I bring the calm and the chaos that the game naturally brings in itself, right? And I think for us, it's just going to continue to chip away the entire season and start off on a good note.
You got a strong fan base. You're hoping that you're going to see a lot of those faces show up day in, day out. What should allow them to come out? What should be the reason why they should come out and see Racing Louisville compete this year?
Because we are the top tier professional sports team in this city, and these women work every single day to bring their absolute best to this group and to represent the city in the best of their ability. And us as a staff and as a whole, you know, working our butts off to ensure that we could provide the best environment possible to, again, represent the club and represent the city as best as we can. So we would love the support, and we would love to see people out there this season, returning people, new people. We're very excited. We're very excited to show kind of where we're at and what we believe we can accomplish.
When you guys go to Angel City, are you going to have every player have an In-N-Out burger in their hand?
Well, you know my love for In-N-Out, so there's that.
Bev, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We wish you the best of luck in your new journey here as the head coach of Racing Louisville.